Welcome, welcome, welcome. Namaste. So, find yourself a position to a place to sit, whether that is on a chair or in a bolster, as I am doing. As always, it's more important what your upper body is doing. So today we'll be focusing on twisting. We've got Lulu here to help us. So we're focusing on twisting, which is great for the spine and also great for a little bit of detoxification. I don't know if that phone is wonky or if I'm wonky. I am a little bit OCD with that kind of thing. We'll get there eventually. So yes, twists are great for your spine. No, that's still, oh my word. It looked fine before we started. Let's try that. That'll do. I'm about to be here all day. Twists are so good for your spine, so good for your posture, and also for our energy and mood. So to be great for kind of like relieving anxiety and stuff like that, because it's literally like wringing out the toxins, the negativity. So find yourself a position to sit in, either cross-legged or as I am doing, Ardha Siddhasana. If your hips are tight, use blocks or cushions for underneath your knees, because when you've got something to rest against, your hips are more likely to open and release. So take time to find that position, to get that position, because this is a pose as well. And so it's good to learn to practice pose. It's taken me many years of practice to be able to sit comfortably. And actually, this is the ultimate yoga pose. This is that pose we're actually all aiming for. It's not all these fancy arm balances or whatever. It's this pose, the ability just to sit and be still. So finding that point, grab your butt cheeks, pull them back, tilt your pelvis forward, lengthening up out of the waist. And just resting your hands, palms up, thumbs and index fingers together, Gyan Mudra. Chin in line, or head in line with spine, chin parallel to floor. Close your eyes. Lift your eye gaze up slightly towards your third eye. And just take a moment to check in. So we've also got the energy of the full moon right now, today, last night, this morning. So often our emotions are heightened. So if you've been feeling a little bit vulnerable, that you might be feeling more vulnerable. If you've been feeling good, you might be feeling amazing. So just being aware of that energy. And taking this time to check in with no judgment and no expectations either, just simply accepting whatever is and knowing that we're not machines. Our mood ebbs and flows, our emotions ebb and flow, and it's more so over the last few years. You know, so many people I've spoken to over the last few years has been on a real emotional roller coaster. So just tuning in, noticing how you're feeling this moment, because it doesn't matter how you felt this morning or yesterday or how you feel next week. It only matters how you feel today. Another thing is as well, a lot of body aches and pains can be linked to emotional problems. So I know my back starts to get sore, if you like, if I'm feeling unsupported, or if I'm feeling, I'm worrying about supporting myself. So kind of aches and pains can be emotions that are showing up in your body. So just acknowledging that. And when we kind of try and ignore it, or kind of, oh God, I got backache, we're not listening to the message that our body has for us. So just taking this time to simply notice, to forget about the rest of the world and just turn inwards. And noticing what you notice as soon as you close your eyes. So you may be more aware of tension when you close your eyes, because so often, especially when we, if we're always tight and tense, it's become a habit, we don't notice until we release it or till we get a headache or whatever. So sometimes just closing your eyes, you suddenly become aware of where you're holding tension, where you're holding tightness, or where you're just kind of like protecting yourself, because we do build like an inner armor, trying to protect ourselves emotionally. And keeping your attention on the breath. We're going to do a 4-count breath. So we're going to do 4 counts in, 4 counts out. So it's literally 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. So if you've got a clock or a watch that has a second hand and you can hear the ticking seconds, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll count the first couple, then after that, you just count in your own mind. So even though we're only doing a 4 count, you want to draw as much oxygen into your lungs as you breathe in and squeeze it all out as you breathe out. So it's a kind of dynamic breath. So it looks like this. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. So there's no gaps, just that strong breath in, strong breath out. So feel your lungs and diaphragm working like a set of bellows. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Just a little bit longer. And keep going, noticing how you feel. You might feel a little bit lightheaded to start with because you're getting kind of like an extra boost of oxygen. Remember, oxygen is your body's fuel. And out. 2, 3. Twice more. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Then breathe in and hold. Breathe in a little bit more without hunching your shoulders. Hold, gently apply root lock. So squeeze rectum, sex organs, navel, squeeze in and up. Imagine all that energy that you've just generated. Imagine drawing it up, 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 up from your root chakra up to the crown of your head. And when you need to breathe out, breathing all the way out. Hold. Breathe out a little bit more. Hold. And release, and just breathe. Noticing how you feel. So if you ever need a quick energy boost during the day, that breathing is great for that. Now, if you're in Ardha Siddhasana or Lotus or anything like that, come into Sukhasana. So I've got my right shin in front. The shin is parallel to the edge of the mat. Cross at your shins, not at your ankles. So as you look down, you've got a little triangle shape. So we're rotating the thigh bone in the hip socket. So you may have to have cushions, several or just one. So we're getting that stretch, almost like a pigeon pose leg. So again, gently imagine pressing the knees out, making space around your hip flexors. And we're just going to start with gentle twist and just get a sense of your spine. So from your tailbone all the way up to the base of your skull, but imagine a line of energy going up and out the crown of your head. So we're just going to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, twist. So I'm going to my left first today. Doesn't matter which side you go. Hand to opposite knee, lift and twist. looking over that shoulder. Use your hand as a kind of lever. Just try and make sure you're not lifting that knee. So gently press that hand against your knee, but press that knee down, lengthening up through, spiraling up from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Inhaling through center, exhaling the other way. Again, press into that arm, looking over the shoulder. Try and make sure you're not tensing the knees as you're doing this. Inhale through center. Exhale, imagine turning from your belly button, ribs, chest, looking around. Inhale through center. Exhaling the other way. Breathing in and out. And you might notice it gets a little bit easier each time. You might notice you get a little bit further each time. Maybe you can see a little bit further around behind you, but without force. Inhale through center, lift up nice and tall, but without tensing the shoulders. Exhale, round the other way, look over the other shoulder. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. In and out. So I'm over my right side here. So I'm just going to relax the arms a little bit. I'm kind of like looking towards the right corner of the room. I'm going to inhale, lengthen from the tailbone to the crown, and I'm going to exhale, melt forward, leading with the chest, then relaxing the head. And I'm going to inhale like a wave-like motion, coming back up, and exhale, melting forward again. So the aim is to try and stretch the whole spine. So you're not just collapsing in the ribs, but keeping the legs relaxed. Now, I'm not the most flexible when it comes to hips or anywhere, to be fair, but that's okay because most of the people I teach are not hypermobile either. So it's okay. When you feel like you can relax your back and your head, then you can stay here. You can get a flumps bum in your face. You can take the hands out wide. You can relax the head. Try and flex the feet a little bit to protect the knees. Check that you're not tensing around the hip joints. And just breathe here. And see if you can bring that 4-count breath back. 4 counts in. 4 counts out. So in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Continue, and you may find again you're stretching a little bit further with each exhale. After your next exhale, walk your hands around to the front. Stretch the hands out. Imagine stretching from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Take another nice deep breath in and out. And draw your belly button in as you curl yourself up to sitting. And remember which leg you've got in front. So I've got the right foot in front, and just open the knees out for a moment so the feet are a little bit wider than hip width. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, try and bring your left hand, so I've got my left hand to the floor, and then reaching the right arm to the corner of the room. If it feels okay to do so, you can do to the corner, the upper corner. If that brings tension into your shoulder, then bring it lower. Just imagine turning through your body. Keep the knees where they are. So a little mini twist through your upper body. Breathe in and out. Come back. Bring the other fingertips to the floor, and imagine drawing the arm across your chest. It's a bit like when we do a malasana twist, except we're in this position, but the same kind of thing. Again, if the shoulders are tight, then kind of like a little bit low. If not, a little bit higher. You can use your elbow to press against the knee. And breathe in and out. And let's do that once more. So this time, bring your left hand closer to your left foot. So you're pressing your left arm against your left leg. At the same time, you're pressing the leg back against the arm, so you're not just dropping it out. And again, imagine drawing a line from that hand to the corner. So keep the legs active. So as you're pressing against the knee, you're pressing your knee against the arm. Open up through the chest. Reach and stretch with the fingertips. Stretch out the palm of the hand. Nice deep breath in. All the way out. Slide shoulder blades towards the back of the heart. There, release. Come down. Bring that right hand close to the right foot, or you can hold on to the ankle. Again, press the elbow against the knee. Press the knee against the elbow. Draw that line across your heart, reaching to the opposite corner. And gently release. Then switch legs. So I had my right leg in front last time, so I'm going to have my left leg in front this time. Again, shins parallel to the edge of the mat, feet flexed. Try and bring the feet across so they're kind of level with your hips. Inhale, lift up out of the waist, but without going with the shoulders. Exhale, take a twist. And notice where you're looking at on the wall behind you. Inhale through center and exhale, twist the other way. Again, noticing where you're looking at on the wall behind you without tensing your legs or without kind of lifting the knees up. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. Breathe in and out. So I'm on my left this time, so I'm just going to release a little bit. I'm looking to the left corner. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to crown. Exhale, melt forward. Inhaling, waving up. Exhaling, melting down. Again, almost like a wave-like motion, and feel yourself stretch a little bit. It's not so much about how far you're stretching. It's about whether you can stretch without tensing your hips. So when you find a place where you're not tensing the hips and you're not collapsing in the middle, you're not digging your ribs into your lungs, then you can hang out here. Noticing how it feels on this side. Try and relax your head, relax your neck. You can bring that 4 count breath in again. Feel your ribs expand on the in-breath. Feel your heart melt on the out-breath. And staying low, walk the hands around to the front. Inhale, expand the back of the heart. And exhale, melt the front of the heart. And start to curl yourself up to sitting and open out your feet. So you're sitting out. So again, it is kind of like a variation of Balasana, yogic squat. So bring your right hand this time if you can. Hold on to the inside of the ankle. Press that knee out. Draw a line across your heart, reaching to the corner. Keep this leg active as well, so it doesn't just like kind of collapse in. So there's energy in both legs, almost as if you're reaching that arm back behind you, noticing how it feels this time. Release, come down and switch, holding on to the inside of your left ankle, drawing that hand across to your heart, reaching up and back. And gently release. Bring the feet in, come down off your block if you're on a block or cushion or wherever you're on. sit your hips way back, pull your butt cheeks back. So you're tilting your pelvis forward. Bring that right foot in and just kind of hold on to the knee and the foot and just kind of circle it around a little bit to bring a little bit of mobility, a little bit of fluid into that right hip socket. So you can kind of rock it a little bit side to side, circle it around. And bring that foot against your inner thigh. Now, if that knee is way up high, then have blocks or cushions against underneath the knee. So again, you've got something to press against so that you can open up around your hip flexors. If not, activate your inner thighs, press the knee down and really push that left leg down into the floor. Again, I'm going to have a little twist. Take the breath in. As you breathe out, twist to the right. Take your left hand to the left knee. And really press into that knee. So don't just rest the hand on it. Press into it. So you're drawing this back shoulder around. The other hand comes to the floor and still pull those left toes towards you. We tend to kind of forget about that leg because we're not looking at it, but really push through that leg. That's why it's sometimes good to have this foot against a wall, so it kind of reminds you to activate it. Then inhale through center, exhale, pressing that knee towards the floor. Take a twist the other way. If you can, bring the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left hand around behind you, twisting, pressing this right knee down into the mat. So again, the lower body is active. Remember, your legs are your foundations here. And just as you won't want to build a house on jelly blocks, you want your foundations active. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. Again, imagine turning belly button, chest, ribs, shoulders, head. And inhale through center, exhale, press the legs into the floor. And inhale back. We're going to come into a little side bend, side stretch. So turn to the side, keep pulling these toes towards you and turn as if you're turning to the right. So we're going to stretch out the right side of the body. So a bit like gate pose. Inhale, reach the arm up and imagine stretching from your hip or from your tailbone, not stretching from your shoulder. So inhale, lengthen up, exhale, think you're going up and over. So you're using this left hand to draw this left shoulder under, and your right arm you're reaching over rather than doing that kind of thing. That kind of thing doesn't really do a lot. Inhale, ease off a little bit. Exhale, stretch. And imagine lengthening right from your hip or from your tailbone. And still keeping looking under the arm, not over it or not at it. Really anchoring those legs down. You might find you can stretch a little bit further each time. Anchor through your sit bones. Strong legs. Keep the legs active. Good stretch for your intercostal muscles. And lifting up. Come up. Come all the way up. Come back to center. And bring that right hand to the outside of the leg or the foot. Keeping your left hand beside you and imagine stretching over that leg. If you can't reach the foot, just hand to the outside of the leg and hinge forward. Then we're going to come into Mandalasana. So you're going to come up, you're going to bring the right hand to the floor behind you. Now, everyone's different as to where they have their hand. So where you have your hand might be slightly different to mine. You're going to push the hips forward, lift up, straightening that left leg, and reach the left arm up and over, squeeze your butt, lift away from the floor, and imagine opening your heart up towards the sky. So if you feel like your hand is not in a good place for you, come down and adjust it. And you're going to come down, flex that left foot, bring this left hand down beside you, bring this right hand up and over, trying to grab the outside of your left foot. Now inhale up, hand to floor, exhale, lift and open, squeeze your butt super tight. And exhale, lower down, reach up and across. Now once more, inhale up, hand to the floor behind you, exhale, lift. Inhale down and exhale, stretch. Then come up, bring that knee in, stretch the legs out. Just rest on your arms for a second and shake those legs out. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And just circle the feet around and around the other way. Bounce the legs up and down a couple of times. And then from here, bring the left leg in. Again, holding on to the foot and the knee, and just bring some movement in. So it doesn't have to be any particular shape or whatever, just whatever feels good for you. Now we tend to have one side that's a little bit stiffer than the other. So notice if this side feels a little bit stiff. This is my slightly stiffer side. And if you need to spend a little bit more time kind of warming up here, then that's okay too. And when you're ready, bring the foot against the inner thigh, pull your butt cheeks back. Again, keep this foot flexed. If you have got a wall, you can press that foot against. Gently pressing left knee to the floor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take a twist. Think of length and then twist. The more you lift up, the more length, the more space you make in your spine. And the more you press down through your lower body, the more upward lift you get. Inhale through center and exhale, twist the other way. As you're twisting the other way, remember to press the knee towards the mat. Inhale center, exhale, twist. In and out. Inhale center, exhale, preparing for that side stretch. So you're anchoring down through the leg, you're kind of turning to the left, and you're going to bring that left arm alongside your ear. Inhale, think of lengthening up, then exhale up and over. Inhale, ease off a little bit. Exhale, stretch up and over. So don't be in a rush. Try and keep drawing your right shoulder under, so you're bringing the arm over the ear, not in front of. So you're looking to the side. So if you need to adjust this right hand, you can do. Keep pressing that knee towards the mat. And come up nice and slowly. Breathe in as you breathe out. Right hand to the floor, left hand holding onto the outside edge of the foot or the calf or ankle. Fold over your legs. Leg. And coming up, preparing for that back bend. So left hand to the floor behind you, breathe in, breathe out, lift up. Squeeze your glutes, either look up or look down to the floor. Firm up that right leg. Inhale, lower. And exhale, stretch. Inhale up. Exhale, lift. Open through your heart. Inhale down. And exhale, stretch over your leg. And just do once more for me. Inhale up, hand wherever is good for you. Exhale, lift, open, either look up or look down. And inhale down. And exhale, stretch. And come up. Bring that knee in, stretch your legs out, shake them out. And bring yourself down into Shavasana. So grab any props, jumpers that you may need, blankets, cushions, whatever you may need. And when you're in position, allow your eyes to soften or close. If you don't want to close your eyes, just focus on the very tip of your nose. Just start to notice all and any sensations in your body. The twists are so good for the health of our spine, so good for our inner organs, because they literally like give them a massage, and they can be quite invigorating, so they can be quite energizing too. So you may feel kind of quite buzzy and quite revitalized. You may not. It's okay. Every practice is different. And that's one reason I get you to check in at the beginning, so you can notice how this practice on this day has affected you, what you've taken, what you need from this practice. So you may do the same practice several times. One day you'll feel energized, another day you may feel tired because you need rest. Another day you may feel emotional because you've needed to release emotions. So it's not about judgment, it's not about shoulds or expectations. It's curiosity, and it's getting in touch with your essence, your energy, and that unity between your breath, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Remembering that that is yoga. That unity between mind, body, breath, spirit is yoga, is union. And when you work on that union, you can then build on the union between the world around you, knowing that you are a part of this world. How many of us kind of live life with a kind of like, oh, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it kind of thing. You know, we live in this amazing, beautiful planet, and yet most of us are not living to our fullest potential. So just breathing in, breathing out. Filling your body with breath on the in-breath, breathing right to the tips of the fingers and toes. Emptying out on the out-breath, breathing all the air out. Inhaling, feeling a sense of lightness and expansion. Exhaling, letting go. If you decide that you need to stay longer, then just stay right where you are. If you need more rest, take more rest. If you genuinely feel you're ready to end your practice, And just take another breath right to the tips of your fingers and toes. As you let go, imagine letting go of anything that's come to this point, even your practice, just letting it go so you can come off the mat completely anew. And just starting to stretch out the arms and legs in whatever way feels good for you. Don't overthink it, just allow yourself to move. And then in your own time, in your own way, bringing yourself up to a sitting position. When you get there, rubbing your palms together and bringing your hands to your heart, heart to your hands. And just with your eyes closed before we finish, I want you to think of at least one thing, at least one, you can think of more, one thing that you like or love about yourself. It can be physical appearance or it can be your personality. So for example, I love my hair. It's really long and thick and healthy. I love my green eyes. I love the fact that I care about people. I care about animals. I care about, plants. I love the fact that I pick up litter because I care about the planet. So, if you can only think of one thing, that's okay, because from what I've found, we're really good. If I said, think of 5 faults, you could probably know, la, 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 la. But thinking of something that you like or love, we hold a lot of resistance about that. And we need to work on that. We need to not hold resistance about thinking of things that we like or love. So at least one, if you can reel off a few like I just did, perfect. And when you're done, take a little bow to seal your practice. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, any questions, any comments, please reach out. And so much love to you. Mwah. Mm-hmm.